time, what a time. What a time for a black man to be alive. Living in the struggle while trying to keep our composure. Killing each other while trying to look for that exposure. We all just want to make it, we should do it as a team. Build each other up and they can't even say a thing. Me and all my brothers just stuck together like glue. It's us against the world and you know what we finna do. Woo! Pop a bottle, we in here for celebration. We just wanna be the leaders that's pushing the generation. Take a seat and find your zone for the topic of conversation. Find a way for a positive revelation. Now this really ain't the time to be thinking about yourself, cause we just a bunch of hustlers that's trying to give out some help. We turn the cubs and the lions inside of the den. Come and join the brotherhood if you really just wanna win. Hey.
This your boy Daniel Lyons and Evans. I'm here inside the den, day before Thanksgiving. I just wanted to put something down real quick, just kind of in my thoughts. So two things going on right now, or two things that have transpired over the last few days. Kylie Rittenhand was found not guilty on all charges. 17-year-old crossing over the state lines with an assault rifle to a non-violent protest, a peaceful protest, and end up killing several people of his same race, some white people, Caucasians, however you want to say it. And the judge said that he was a victim, and he was using self-defense. Self-defense that, you know, he's a victim of a situation that he caused, that he started, and he was end up, finding out guilty for him defending himself. Then you have the three men that was guilty of killing Ahmaud Arbery were found guilty of all charges. So justice on one side, not justice on the other side. And this is just my thought process. I don't know how the family of the people that was killed by the 17-year-old, I don't know how they family are feeling right now. If they're feeling like they didn't get justice because, you know, somebody, me bring this person on, want to be part of the video, so you can definitely approve. If they felt like they didn't get justice for their family when they should have gotten justice, I feel wrong is wrong no matter what race it is. But I wonder how they feel right now. I really want to know how the family feels right now for not getting justice for their family. How you doing, brother?
Daniel, you doing well?
I'm doing awesome, brother. I'm just putting some thoughts together, man. I'm just thinking about these situations, man, and just kind of in my mind trying to think how people are feeling about these verdicts, man. You got one verdict that was not guilty, and then you got one verdict that was guilty. And in my mind, I'm just kind of feeling like I wonder how the family of the one that was found not guilty, I wonder how they feeling right now. They should be appalled. They should be very discouraged because, you know, their loved ones are not here because of somebody committed a crime. What do you think?
The problem I have is a 17-year-old with an AR-15. And like,
yes.
Well, you know, if that's where it started, and I have a lot of opinions on it. And, you know, I've been in law enforcement over 30 years. I still am. And, but from the get-go, I've got a problem with him not being a citizen of that state. And then,
hey, let me call you back. I'm on a live video. I'll call you back.
Him having an AR at 17, which he got, I guess, from a family member. If you start from there, those people would be alive.
Yeah. So why wasn't that a crime? Why didn't he get charged for crossing state lines with a weapon that was not registered in his name. Why was that not the crime? Why he didn't get charged on anything? Why was he found not guilty on everything?
The information I got, which is semantic splitting hairs, is that he got the rifle when he came over into Wisconsin, I guess from a family member, but still, no matter how you slice bologna, thick, thin, or julienne, it's bologna. At 17, hell, at 18, 19, he shouldn't have access to that. You know, normally it's 21 and above. So if you start just from the beginning, you know, then you have the other case where the 3 were found guilty, justifiably. I just don't understand people taking law enforcement matters into their own hands. Now,
that's
if it's
the thing.
my residence,
you feel like like the police can't do their job, so you taking it into your own hand. Even going back to you know, Trayvon Martin situation. This guy took matters in his own hands. But here's the thing I want everybody to feel, and this is one of the things that I'm just. And
I'm very critical of the police.
I know. I've been knowing you for a long time. I know how you operate, brother. But here's the thing, and this is the thing that some of these people got to understand. The way that the family feel right now for those men who was shot at that rally that didn't get no justice, the way they feel right now, where they should have got justice, is the same way that the Black Lives Matter feel for not getting justice for the people that we lose in the streets and can't get justice when it's somebody who actually, you know, defenseless people getting killed. That's not right on either side. But how do those families feel versus how the Black Lives Matter movement feel?
Oh, yeah.
That is a small portion of what we go through as a people every day when somebody gets shot and killed unjustifiable and don't get no justice. That's exactly how the black community feel right now.
I could never relate as far as, you know, being Caucasian, but you know me. I have a shaved head. I have a lot of tattoos from the Army. And when I get pulled over and they don't know that I'm a cop, they treat me like shit.
Really?
You know, and then when I pull my badge and ID out, oh, hey, brother. No, I'm not your brother. You know?
Yeah.
And
I'm very critical of the police. I'm listed as an expert witness in the courts, even the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals.
And having said that, I'm very critical of that shoot months ago up on Interstate 10 where the baby was killed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about, Carmelo?
I haven't heard
I
about
would have
but
handled that completely. Yeah, it's in Harrison County. And they opened up on him and killed him and his baby of color. And the whole thing just is like they're so quick to go to lethal force. And as a state instructor, I teach the opposite. Slow your roll, you know. And my oldest son was going to go in law enforcement. And after all he's seen the last couple of years, he's staying out. He's staying away. And this country is in trouble.
And this and we talking about the law enforcement, but we just talking about just regular citizens. They felt like, so with the Ahmaud Arbery case, they said they felt like they was in their means to conduct a citizen's arrest because they assumed that he had committed a crime. Why does that even
totally wrong?
Why does They felt threatened because they felt like he would take their weapon. Like why are we even pulling weapons on other citizens? You know, that if you feel like somebody committed a crime, you call the police. Not take matters in your own hands. Like why are they even?
What's 911 for? Has 911 not ever answered? You know,
it's
now
crazy. And then with the young man,
have areas
it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But I just really, God, I guess if I don't say nothing, they gonna keep calling my phone. But it's crazy that we have people that actually feel like it's their job to do the police job and they can actually get away with something like that without.
And
what
where
type
are they?
of, I
Where
mean,
are
I
they
don't care how
getting that from? This is
where, like,
2021. Where are
where
they
they
getting
that
that from?
mentality from?
You know.
It's crazy.
Now I tend
It's
not to
crazy.
call the police. You know, I live in Gulfport. I live up in Olivet, and there's some problems here and there. I help the community immensely, but I don't call the police because I don't feel that I'm going to get a proper response or I'm going to get an attitude. So if there's a problem, I just try and talk to people. I go out and actually talk to people, whether it's racing down the road or, you know, this or that. I don't call the police, but I'm not going to take lethal force into my own hands. You know, in a situation like that, those three were so wrong. You know, and I don't mean to get off
Yeah.
the subject. The main thing we were talking
No,
about
no,
was the
no, no,
parents
no. You
just
good.
deceitful.
You good. I mean, they was wrong in all ways, and then the young boy was wrong in all ways. I don't care how you cut the pie, how you cut the cheese, how you cut the cake. In no situation was this young boy justifiable to do what he did and not get any type of
No, it comes
repercussion.
back to what we said: a 17-year-old with an assault rifle, with any firearm. At
And
17
if I
years old,
remember,
it's illegal.
the protest that he was at, nobody had. Did anybody else have any weapons out there? The same? I mean, it was a peaceful protest, correct?
Yeah, a skateboard.
I mean,
This and that.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. You did say somebody hit him with a skateboard, but even that saying, if you bring in,
I just don't. I'll never understand it. And I think things are going to get worse.
I really pray for mankind that it don't get worse. But you're probably right, and we can probably expect it to get worse. But when you have when you have this type of situation, what kind of message did that send to other people who feel like maybe I can do the same thing and get away with it? But you know, my thoughts are on the family members. Like when you go to court, when they family was in court and they found out that this guy was not
they let them
guilty,
down.
how did they feel about the judicial system?
They probably
And
felt horrible being an American.
Just that small bit of aggravation that they're feeling right now is how Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin, you know what I'm saying, how all them other families feel that they have had no justice on a situation that could have been handled differently. You have a court system to say guilty or not instead of taking matters in your own hands. But even when you do go to court, you can't trust the judicial system to do its job on this. So where do we go from here? Is it going to be street justice from now on? Is it going to be? I mean, it's scary to know that we can't.
I think it is. I think it is.
It's crazy.
I think it's going to be more and more. And but no one ever addressed that I know of why was a 17-year-old with a rifle. I don't understand that. So
I can't.
But I just wanted to check in with you. I appreciate everything you do and bring to a light. And if I guess only Jesus is going to bring us together, or the churches or the clergy, because right now it's going to get worse and worse. And I'm not a doomsday person. I don't play drama, but it's not good. It's not good.
Well, you already know it's not. You already know it's not good. You've been doing this for 30 years, brother. You know.
Yep.
You know. You know. You've been doing this for a long time. You done seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. So you know that.
You know what I tell. You know what I tell these. You know what I tell these new recruits when I'm teaching at the academy, whether it's police or corrections. I'm the kind of cop that if I was getting beat down, someone that I arrested in the past would help me, because I'm firm, fair, and consistent. I don't see color. I don't see lack of color. I don't see male, female, gay, this, that, you know. And when you live it, it shows. When you're a fake or a counterfeit, it shows. So keep doing what you're doing, brother. God bless you.
I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. You have a good one.
Yep. Thanks.
All right. Charles Carter. Charles Carter, if you're there, give me a thumbs up. If you still there, Charles, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up, Unc. There you go. Hop on here with me, man. As a black man in America, brother, trying to, living in the struggle by trying to keep our composure. What are your thoughts on this situation, brother?
My thoughts was that first of all, when you go back to like you said earlier, for the families, it really wasn't no justice for the families. But personally, I think that the way they do things now, it seems to me that they're trying to revert back to the way they did things back when my dad, my grandfather, and all of them, the way they was raised around all this racism and stuff. And me, you, and anybody with common sense knows one thing: if that had been a black man that did that, if there would have been a black boy that did that, we already know that.
But the end result.
Oh yeah, they know the whole result would have been totally different.
But what do you think about the way they families feel right now for
Man,
not getting justice? Isn't that equal to what we feeling for not getting justice for all?
Oh yeah, we see it every day in the black community.
So we have compassion for them, but
of course,
it's like welcome to the world of
our world.
Not getting justice.
Yeah, welcome to our world.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's crazy, man, because it's gonna come a time where you call the police, something happens. You don't call the police, something happens. What do you do, Unc? What do you do, Unc?
I mean,
what do you do?
You the only thing it is if you have to call the police, you just pray that the right guys or the right female in uniform shows up. That's going to actually
I just got chills, man, because it used to be a time where you can say, let the justice system do their job. Somebody do something to you, you call the police, they go to court, and you say, let the justice system do their job. It used to be a time that you can do that. You can depend on the justice.
Yeah. It like I said earlier, it used to be a time.
You got these families grieving right now because they allowed this stuff to go to trial and and they still didn't get it. So what do you tell these people after the justice system doesn't? Well, what do you tell these people?
Man, I don't know. I don't really know what you can tell a family that goes through that. I mean, do you lose faith in the justice system? I mean, do you
lose faith in the police, and now you lose the faith in the justice system.
Exactly. You took the word right out of my mouth. You took the word right out of my mouth.
It's gonna be like street justice now, because you come in my house and you threaten my. Now I got to put you down.
Well, you got to do that anyway. That's got to be done anyway. I mean, you got to take care. It's a such a thing as self preservation. You mean you got to take care of yourself anyway, your family. I mean that's a no-brainer there. But when you out in the street though, that's a difference. That's a difference from being at home and your house is invaded than when you on the street and you caught up in something and you have to defend yourself or even your family when you out. Just like if I'm out in my vehicle and I got my kids and my wife with me, first preservation, you got to defend your family first, and then you think about calling the police, but then it goes right back to what we discussing. Do I trust them once they get there? See, that's the thing. Especially if you got your family. It's one thing I would tell people all the time. If me, myself, I can defend myself by myself better than I can if the way I defend, let's put it this way. The way I defend myself when I'm by myself is different from when I defend myself when I'm with my family. Cause see,
Yeah.
cause if I'm approached in a hostile way and they hadn't actually put their hands on me or pulled a weapon, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to try to I can try to talk my way out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've got to that age. I done got to that age where, you know, I'm not as ready to fight as I used to be.
Yeah, you ain't just hostile. You kind of
Right.
more of a subtle approach and try to work
Right.
things out type of situation.
Right. But when I got my family with me, my whole mind is whole totally different. I'm gonna get you are not gonna get the chance to get my family, get me and harming my family. It's just simple as that.
Yeah.
You know, if I even think, all I have to do is think.
But then,
me and my
then you go
family
to that. There you go. If you think that your life is in danger, you have the right to defend yourself for self-defense.
I'm going to.
But
I'm going to.
Here's the thing: if you come out the womb and you already a threat from the womb, how are you going to be able to?
We already.
If you a threat from the womb,
we already are.
Become a man and say I will fear for my life. If you was already a threat from the womb,
we already are. I mean, that's just the way it is to them. And when I say them, I mean in most prejudice, especially prejudice bigots. That's what we are. We're a threat from day one. And I'm gonna tell you, and put it this way. You know, I own my own business, and to biggest business owners, I'm a big threat to them because they're afraid that I'm going to succeed. That's a threat. That's a threat because they do not want. That's the reason why in slavery they never wanted you to learn how to read and learn how to write and do things like that, because if you accomplish those things, then you can have what they have without them. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Without them. That's a threat to them. But that's a different type of threat.
Yeah, but like I say, this is the Ahmaud Arbery situation is different from the Kyle Rittenhouse situation. But
it is.
I'm just sitting here, my thoughts like, if it takes a family to go through this type of pain,
right,
from not getting justice, for them to start changing some things.
Absolutely. They ain't gonna
in the words of Malcolm X, when John F. Kennedy was assassinated, Malcolm X said the chickens have come home to roost.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he was persecuted for saying that. But when you look at where we are now versus back whenever he was talking that, you look at the officer that was you got a couple more trials coming up. The woman that shot the young boy in the car, she thought he had a taser, but she shot him. That's coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah, I remember that. Right.
Then the officer the one that got charged for George Floyd. Now we're in a situation where families are grieving over their loved one being murdered with no justice. Somebody's going to start saying something, and if it takes that to start getting some change for the African Americans, then in the words of Malcolm X, the chickens have come home to roost, because now you got a white on white crime with no justice.
Right. That's just like this pandemic. Let me tell you something. When the pandemic first started, I don't know if you remember, but it was a big deal, but it wasn't a big deal because mostly African Americans were dying from it. All right?
At first,
At
yeah.
first. But then when the numbers start coming in, they start finding out that it was more white males start dying. Oh, them they started going into a frenzy. They went into a damn frenzy. They were like, "Oh my God, this shit is real." I mean,
It's real.
all of a sudden it's real now. It was real all the damn time, but your brothers, your sisters, and all of them folks was dying at the numbers that black people were dying from. As soon as theirs started dying, that's when everything got serious. They want to start putting these mandates and all this kind of shit here. You know what I mean? All that stuff came to pass then. But before that,
yeah,
it was okay. You know, it's a pandemic. You know, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. But after, once they start dying, shit, some folks start going crazy. Like, oh no, we gotta get shot. We gotta shut down this. We gotta shut down that. This, that, and the other. You know, but getting back to that, now the three white guys that finally got the guilty verdict and going to be sentenced for trying to for killing that boy, that young black guy. Now that was justice that should have been. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, they weren't gonna let that ride.
It's almost like you got to ride with
They won't. I'm gonna tell you the reason why they wasn't gonna make a mistake. The main reason why they wasn't gonna let that ride is because they knew if they let them boys get off of killing that young black man, they won't. Then you're going right. We're going right back to what we were dealing with the police. But these are just plain citizens. They shouldn't even been messing with the dude in the first place. What's wrong with them calling the police, following from a safe distance?
It makes more sense for them to call the police because of the white privilege. They would have got results if they say this young black man is in the neighborhood and you come check him. The police would have came out and they would have done their assessment. So that made more sense for them to call versus them trying to take it into their own hands, even with the the other situation. But it's so many situations. When you say the other one, I'm telling you, gotta really specify which one you're talking about.
Exactly. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous, man. It's crazy. But the only thing I can say is, the black, especially you young guys, if they watching, you know, just know that as soon as you approach by somebody that think that their lives matter more than yours, you got a problem at the door. So you got to handle that situation accordingly. You know, just try not to provoke.
And that's the thing, because when you say accordingly, what is accordingly? Hey. Yeah. I don't see. Did you send me an email? Yeah, crazy. Yeah, let me just Yeah. So when you say act accordingly, you gotta redefine what accordingly is, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what is accordingly? You know, you keep your hands down, you keep your head down, you turn away and go away, you get shot in the back. You know what I mean? Like, what is
Yep.
accordingly now?
Well,
They have to retrain America. You have to retrain America what the protocol is for being stopped and approached, because now we don't know what the protocol is because somebody got shot in the back for trying to run away from a situation.
That's,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
with no weapon. With no weapon.
Yeah. But if you don't have a weapon on you, that's a chance you got to take, because if you approach and you because they're already afraid of us, and I'm talking about, you know what, I'm talking about the bigots. They're already afraid of us. So all you got to do is give them any reason in the world to pull the weapon they already got on them, because they ain't gonna approach you if they ain't already packed.
Yeah, it used
you already know
to
that.
be the you know, the pull the trigger, but the weapon is already out. So now you got to keep them from pulling the trigger. They pulling the weapon out before they even find out what's going on. The weapon is already out.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the reason why.
There's levels to excessive force and use of force.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you get to a situation where you're only able to go one time above the threat, when there's no threat and you already got your gun in your hand, then the second something goes wrong, the trigger being pulled.
I'll call you. Oh, that's just like, okay. It's just like those guys. Now, right, they already had this young man.
They already had what? You there? You there? They ain't let me well, they didn't let me finish talking to my Uncle Charles. I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all. It's one of those things where we just really have to look at ourselves and we have to really question what the right thing to do and what protocol is, because you have injustice right now on both sides, on the black side and the white side. It's been going on in the black community for years, but now you have a case where white families didn't get justice. So what is the right thing to do? What is the protocol when you're dealing with hostile situations? What's going to be the new normal? Do you call the police or do you take matters in your own hands? Calling the police, you know what I'm saying, might result in something else happening. Taking matters to your hands, you don't know what's on hands, you don't know what's going to happen. So it's really coming down to a situation where we really just have to, I don't know, I guess stay home. I don't know if that's what they want you to do, is stay home, because if you're at home, you know, you in less drama when you're at home. But I don't know. What you all think, type your comments in the comment section. I definitely want to hear what y'all have to think about the two verdicts being one guilty and one not guilty, as we continue this journey, and with other people that's going to be coming on in the near future. With the other cases, the police officer that pulled the taser, thought she was pulling the taser and shot a young man in the car and killed him, and then with the other people that's going to be coming on trial, what do y'all think about those cases, and what would y'all like to see happen? which y'all can see happen.
What a time for a black man.
Hello? Yep. What you mean? Whatever Tim said it was. I don't know. I'm on this end. Y'all on that end. I don't know what y'all
Hey, stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. Yeah. I'm a lion and ain't nothing but anything. We on fire and my brothers, they on fire too. And we'll fight for each other, that's what lions do. Progression of the team is the purpose of our devotion. You can see that we've been working and really having some motion. None of it was given, you know that we had to hustle. And that's just how it is when you coming up out the struggle. They say it takes a village when you raising a child. And they all turn into your family after a while. We gotta feed into each other, show love to one another. Not a race, but I know we can all finish the mile. When we step up in the den, you letting go of your past. You the only person that can really hold yourself back. The pride and strength of a lion is truly unmatched. Everybody has it when you a part of the pack. Now this ain't the type of place that'll judge you for who you are. We just get you on your way to becoming a superstar. I told you once before and I can tell you again. Come and join the brotherhood if you really just trying to win. What's up? Brothers need to stick together. As a team we can make it wherever. Just tell me how you feel. Just tell me if it's real. Brothers need to stick together. As a team we can make it wherever. Just tell me how you feel.
Tell me how you feel.
Just tell me if it's real.
Tell me how you feel. Side of the den,
May I introduce myself?